Hi, I'm Bethany, and I'm one of the children's librarians at the Bedford Free Public Library. Now, as you can probably see, this is not the library. Today, I'm working from home. Some of my coworkers are at the library, and this is all part of how the library has changed in response to the COVID pandemic. All the same, we got your questions about how the library works. Here are the rest of the people who will also be answering your questions today.
Hi everyone, my name is Missy Lane and I am one of the children's librarians at the Bedford Free Public Library.
Hi, I'm Sue. I'm one of the children's librarians.
Hi, I'm Jess.
How would you describe working at a library during COVID?
We will always remember COVID. The hardest part of COVID at the library for me was not being able to see people. We did get to see many friends in our many Zoom programs, but it wasn't the same. Murphy, of course, was great company, but Murphy isn't much of a talker. However, he misses you very much, and we all miss you very much. That's why we are so happy that COVID seems to be ending very soon, and people will be coming back, and they will be able to see us and to see Murphy, and to take out lots of books and so much more. I think that together, Bedford will be even better.
Is the library open right now?
The library is going to reopen to the public on Wednesday, June 2nd, and we are so excited to see everybody again.
How does the curbside pickup system work? Every day, the library gets a printed list of all the books that people have requested. Here's today's list. Then a librarian will take the list and go to the shelves to find exactly the right books. Then brings the books down the hallway and to the circulation desk, where another worker will take the books and get them ready for people to check out. And when it's curbside pickup time, they put them in a brown paper bag and leave them out on the curb at the right time for you to pick up. Do you like your job during COVID?
Yes, I did still like my job during the COVID pandemic, although it was very, very different. We were still able to help people through phone and email and Zoom programs. And so although it was really different, it was a weird year, we still really liked our jobs.
What is it like to be a librarian?
A librarian's job is different every day. That's one of the things I like best about it. And during COVID, it helped because we're really good at changing our plans around. I have been a librarian for many, many years. I was a librarian before we had computers or books to listen to or videos or DVDs or cell phones. So I have seen a lot of changes in the library world. But one thing remains the same. I continue to meet so many wonderful people. And when I can match a person with a book that they like, it's the best feeling in the world.
How do you find books for people to read?
Finding books for people is one of the most fun parts of my job. One way I prepare to do that is that I read a lot, and I also get suggestions from other librarians. And then when new books come into the library, I try to look at them all before they go onto the shelf. And then when you come in and ask me for suggestions, I ask you a lot of questions about what kinds of books you like to read. I might ask you if you're looking for a story or for information. And then also we have videos and we have audiobooks and we have all sorts of other kinds of media and games that you can take home and play. And then we figure out together what it is you want to take home.
What are different jobs a librarian does?
Our major job is to help people. And here in Bedford, that means you. We decide what books and other materials to buy. We plan lots of programs. We answer questions. We visit preschools, we visited kids clubs sometimes, we even visited Chip-In Farm. We go to library meetings, we read and or listen to many books, but at home, not on the job. We also organize the library so it's easier for you to find what you need. If a book is in bad shape, we have to take care of that. We also make displays and lists of books that you might like. We put information about the library on social media such as Facebook. We have a YouTube channel with many programs. And I see our major job is community helper. And so we have to listen to people. We have to learn what they like or what they don't like or what they need and to see how the library might be able to help them. We also clean Murphy's tank, and for 2 summers we raised monarch butterflies. So there are all kinds of jobs that a librarian does. But most of all, I'm proud to be a community helper.
How do you memorize where all the books are? How do you know which books go where?
Just like we use the computer for the catalog to help us tell when books are due, we also use it to help us find where the books are in the library. And then once we've looked them up on the computer, we can go to the shelves and find them because every book has its own label. Here's one that's a favorite of mine. And this has a label that says the author's name, and then it also has an E for the easy for the picture books. We have another section which has books when you're learning to read, so the readers, and that begins with an R and also has the author's last name. And we have things other than books like this read-along book where you have the book but you can also listen. There's a player inside. It says read along, so we know where it goes, and all of those kinds of books are together. And we have also nonfiction books, so that if you're looking for information, not really a storybook, those are all together by topic. So for example, Tiny Monsters, and it's under nonfiction, it has a number, and all the sort of bug books would be under that number too. And the other question you asked was, how do I memorize where all of this is? And the good news is I don't have to because of all those labels.
How do you know which books need to be returned when?
Knowing when a book is due is very important. I checked this book out today and I got a receipt for it, so it tells me when it is due. You can also check online. You can ask your parents because they have an account. So if your question is, when do I bring my books back? They can show you. We also, as librarians, can tell from our computer. It has extra information that you folks can't see on your account, so we know when books are due that way.
How do you know what books people want in the library? We love getting book requests from people because then we know for sure that someone in the library wants those books. We also pay attention to what books are getting checked out so that we can buy more books that are similar to those. And finally, we read a lot of magazines that include book reviews. Most of our reviews are written by other librarians who are great at saying if the books that they've read are things that other libraries might be interested in too. Is it nice being a librarian? What is your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of being a librarian is that I work in a library. And a library is a place where everyone belongs.
My favorite part of the job is when I recommend a book to somebody and then they come back with a smile on their face and they tell me how much they liked the book. That feels really great.
I love books and music and games, but my favorite part of being a librarian is getting to see you and all of the other people who come into the library.
My favorite part of being a children's librarian actually has 2 parts. The first part is that I love to share my favorite stories with all of you. And the second part is that I love to hear what you guys think about my suggestions and then just what you think about other books. I love to get ideas for new things to read from you. So I guess it's all about sharing stories.
Thank you for your amazing questions. We can't wait to see you at the library soon.